JCD Bros.
When the Nintendo Switch was released in 2017, there was an infamous third-party Switch dock disaster. It destroyed hundreds of Switches. A class action lawsuit was filed, and the lawsuit is still ongoing to this day. And it's not just one brand. Any third-party Switch dock will still have a chance of breaking your Switch. That's why when it comes to chargers or Switch docks, I don't mess around. And then I came across this. This is eXtremeRate AiryDocky Case. It is the smallest original Switch dock. It fits right in your palm and is pocketable. This is not a third-party clone. This is the original Switch dock, rebuilt into a smaller and portable design. Full disclosure, this is not a sponsored video. I bought this with my own money because I was searching for the smallest Switch dock I could trust, and after going through all the options, this one came out on top. Hi, I'm Chiu from JCD Bros. I spent the last 10 years as a product manager, working with engineers and clients to figure out what people actually care about. When I'm not doing that, I like to go deep into research before I buy anything. So when I find a product that surprises me, I'm gonna talk about it. eXtremeRate was founded by Ray Zhu in 2009 and is based in Shenzhen, China. In the early days, around 2011 and 2012, they started out as a consumer electronic wholesaler, selling everything from game accessories, camera gear, MP3 players, phone cases, and even some fashion items. Like many young startups, they were still exploring different niches in a highly competitive market. But by the end of 2013, they locked in their focus, becoming a professional video game accessories wholesaler. Since then, they specialize in console mod kits like replacement shells, controller buttons, LED DIY kit, console skin, and other gaming accessories. At that time, customizing gaming gear wasn't a big trend yet, so they were actually ahead of the curve. Over the years, some people in the community tried rebuild a smaller Switch dock using 3D printing, and a fewer lesser-known brands even sold replacement shells. But most of them didn't hold up well because, most importantly, they are missing dock alignment spring system. That's why the eXtremeRate AiryDocky case stands out. They didn't just shrink the dock, they rebuilt the whole case from ground up, and honestly, it feels like something Nintendo could have made themselves. And eXtremeRate published one of the most detailed step-by-step tutorials out there for doing the full rebuild. I will drop the official guide in the description if you want to see the whole process and how it's built. This is the one that I'm using and it's already fully assembled by myself. So I'll focus on the user experience, how it performs, what I like, what I would change, and whether it's worth doing this project yourself. Let's start with what I really like about eXtremeRate AiryDocky Case. First, the docking experience is the same like the original because it uses the original USB-C port together with the alignment spring bar system. You'll notice two tiny bumps between USB-C port. Those help align the Switch, so docking feels smooth and easy. Second, cooling advantage. When your Switch is in dock mode, the Switch tablet stays fully exposed, so it provides better airflow and better heat dissipation. And this dock even doubles as a tabletop charging stand, which Nintendo actually made one and sold separately. Third, compatibility and safety. Since this build uses your original dock's motherboard, everything gets carried over. That means full support for USB-A, USB-C, HDMI, and even LAN port if you are using the OLED version. So you are not just getting a new case, you are keeping all the original internals, which means no risk of breaking your system and no weird glitches from third-party hardware. One thing that really stands out with the AiryDocky case is its flexibility. It's one of few cases that supports all three Switch models: V1, V2, and also OLED models. Most other cases only support either the original dock or the OLED one, definitely not both. And one thing that most people miss, only the original Switch dock can output 5.1 surround sound, and after the rebuild, you will still get that. Last, customization options. The eXtremeRate case has bunch of styles: black and white, transparent, RGB, even designs like Zelda Tears of the Kingdoms. And here's why now I think it's the perfect time to do this conversion. With the Switch 2 release, a lot of people are now selling off their old Switch and docks. I picked up a used one online for this build. The used stock I got wasn't in a great shape. The black plate was missing and the scratches were all over the place. But that's the beauty of this conversion. You are reusing the parts that actually matter, like the motherboard, USB-C port, and the ribbon cables. Everything else gets replaced with a brand new shell. So if your dock's condition is terrible, it's totally fine as long as the internal still works. With the eXtremeRate case, you can actually give it a new life. Here's my setup. My Switch OLED, Ugreen 65W gun charger, Ugreen 60W USB-C cable for safe PD negotiation, and a small rig ultra slim 4K HDMI cable that is HDMI.org certified. And for the power side, ChargerLab actually measured the Nintendo Switch dock official power profile. This setup matches Nintendo official power profile to keep things compact and stay completely safe for your Switch. If you are thinking of doing this setup, I brought all the links down in the description. By through the links, I will get a small kickback at no extra cost to you. Thank you so much. With the Switch 2 already launched, I'm not sure how much longer eXtremeRate will keep selling this. So if you plan to rebuild your dock, maybe don't wait too long. Now, let's talk about a few trade-offs to keep in mind. First, the case doesn't come with a dust filter. I ended up adding my own using the custom mesh and double-sided tape. That said, while this conversion is generally safe from hardware perspective, it's not totally risk-free either. I'm totally get that this kind of mod isn't for everyone. It's kind of like building IKEA furniture. Doable, but you'll need to be hands-on, follow the steps carefully, and be okay with taking apart your original dock. But despite the trade-offs, once it's all put together, the result is absolutely worth it. And it's not just me saying that. Plenty of people who have built this setup are saying the same thing. The game changer for the Switch dock OLED, fresh look, better performance, definitely worth it. Works with both OLED and OG docks, and looks just as clean as Nintendo official version. No worries about breaking, and it works perfectly with the satisfied grip. And judging by how much praise it's been getting, if a Nintendo Switch dock had a remastered version, this would be it. If you enjoyed this, you might want to check out the video at the corner. It's about the company behind the best third-party Joy-Cons. Until then, take care, hit that like and subscribe button. Cheers guys, have a good one.